On page 61, we are looking at problem number 4. Just for my own reference when I'm uploading these, let me go ahead and put this page number in there. That saves me from having to play the whole video to see. So, number 4. In 2011, the yearly fee for a Fruit of the Month club was $59.99. So in 2011, the yearly fee was $59.99. In 2012, the yearly fee was $64.99. So this was a markup. All right. What is the percent change in cost? So the first thing I'm going to do is find the difference there by saying $64.99 minus $59.99. So it was an increase of $5. Then I will bring in my proportion. And I know that that $5 goes there automatically. Don't even have to think about it. The original will always go down here. So it was $59.99. So 100 times 5 is 500. Divide $59.99. And that's a positive 5. So that is going to be about, let's do 8.3347 and some change. And I'm going to call it about, is this multiple? It's not about multiple choice, is it? And it didn't tell me how to round it. I'm going to go to the 10th place. So I'm going to say about 8.3. Now, when we go to check these, we may find that I've rounded it wrong. And if so, I'll come back and redo it. When I get to the answers, we'll look at that. But I think they've been rounding it to the tenths, maybe. I'm not comfortable just rounding it to the whole number all the time. I personally like to see at least the 10th place. But that's just me. Okay, number 5. The original cost of a wireless keyboard was $45.50. But the price has now been reduced to $38.68. So this was a change, and this time it was a mark down. The price was marked down. What is the amount of the discount, and what is the discount as a percent? So the first thing we want to figure out is the amount of the discount, and that'll be this number. So $45.50 minus $38.68 is $6.82 marked down. So that's a minus $6.82. And then you can set up this proportion using that minus $6.82. The original was $45.50. And let your calculator do the work for you. So 100 times negative 682 is negative 682. Divided by 45.50 is negative 14.989 and some change. And if I go to the 10th place on this one, it's going to push it on up to the 1's place for about negative 15%. So you got a discount of 15%. And since they use the word discount, I suspect that they are going to not use the negative sign because the discount is the negative sign. So I'm going to, because that's what they did in the example, let's use the word discount instead of that minus sign. Means the same thing. So this one has two answers. There's your discount in a percent. Your discount as a dollar sign is negative 6.82 or 6.82 discount. All right, number 6. In a survey of 600 shoppers, 55% reported using fabric softener. So I ask 600 shoppers, do you use fabric softener? And 55% of them said yes. How many of the surveyed shoppers does this percent represent? So I will multiply 55 times 600, and that is 33,000. Divide that by 100. You can also cancel the zeros, and you get 330 use softener. And that reminds me, I have laundry in softener in the washer I need to deal with before I go to bed tonight. So 330 is the answer I'm looking for. And this is actual people. Number 7. In a survey of 200 computer shoppers, 3 out of 4 shoppers reported purchasing a laptop computer. How many of the surveyed shoppers does this represent? Well, I know that we asked 200 people, and I need a percent. So I'm going to use that 3 out of 4. That's a ratio. I want to know what that is as a percent, so I'll multiply it by 100, and that will give me 75. That's 75%, and that will become this number. So 75 times 200 is the peanut this time, and that's 15,000. Divide that by 100, and we will get 150 have a laptop. And again, that represents actual people in this survey. Okay, the skills practice number 1. This is skill practice. A daycare center charges $50 per day for each child. The center plans on increasing the cost to $60 per day. What will the percent change in cost be? So the old price will be $50 a day. The new price will be $60 a day, and this is a markup. The price is going up, and it's going up by $10. So the change is adding 10 plus 10. To do the percent of change, you will put in the $10, that's the change, over the original, and then work the proportion. So 1,000, you have 1 times 1 and then 3 zeros, divided by 50, is going to be 20. So this is a 20% increase markup in the price. And again, that is not multiple choice. We're having to get exact answers on these. Number 2. Elena wants to borrow $2,200 from the bank. Well, as soon as they say that, this is what I suspect we're going to need. I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit, but I think we're going to this time. They have 2 simple interest loans she can choose from. One is a 3-year loan with a rate of 6.3. Again, divide that rate by 100 if you need to. So this is one option. The other option for the same amount of borrowing is a 4-year loan, but the rate is only 5.5%. Elena thinks she will pay less interest on the 4-year loan because the interest rate is lower. Do you agree with Elena, and why or why not? Well, the only way to know is to do the math. So let's do the interest formula for both of these. Principal times rate times time. So we have 2,200, 0.63, 3 years, and the calculator will do the math for me. This is $415.80. So on that option, there's the interest. Then let's calculate it for this choice. Principal is the same. The rate is lower this time, but the time is greater. So the interest is what we need to know, and that is $484. And Elena said that this one was the better option. Do you agree with Elena? No. The first one is less interest. If she goes with this first option, she will only pay $415.80. So you could even subtract that to find the difference. She will pay much less on the first option. So on that one, I do not agree with Elena. Number 3. Alex and a friend order meals at a restaurant that each cost $9. There is a 6.5% sales tax. They would like to leave a 20% tip in addition to the taxed amount for the waitress. How much money will the 2 friends spend in all? Well, we know that they have to pay for their food, and that is, each of them had a $9 meal, so I'm going to say 9 times 2, that's $18 for the meals. They want to leave a tip. They also have to pay tax. So we have 2 different percents going on here. So that's telling me that I need 2 different proportions. Whoops, I lost it. Let me draw the proportion again. So we have percent over 100 equals part over whole. So I'm going to do the now we have to deal with whether or not you pay tax on the tip. I have always been told that you do not pay tax, or you don't tip on the tax. In other words, the tax gets added at the end. I always do pay the tip based on the whole price. So I am not sure. Let me read the problem again. They would like to leave a 20% tip in addition to the taxed amount. So I'm guessing that they do not count the tax when they're considering the tip. So let's do that one first. I may be wrong on this, but we'll find out. So 20% tip on $18 worth of food. So we have 18 times 20, that's 360, divided by 100 means that the tip amount is $3.60. You don't pay tax on the tip. I do, because that's just my personal preference. I pay my tip on the whole bill. Okay. So let's figure the tax here. We're going to do 6.5%. Now remember, if you're using the proportion, you don't have to move the decimal. You just put that on there. It's 6.5 pennies for every dollar that you're spending. And again, I'm going to use the 18 as the total. So 6.5 times 18 is 117. Divide by 100. So the tax is $1.17. And then to get the total amount that they spent, we need to add up these numbers right there. So 18 plus $1.17 plus 360 is $22.77. And I tell you what, guys, I'm going to go ahead and refigure that the other way because I do not know how this book wants me to do it. So it's good practice. If I were taking a test, I would not do this. But hopefully on a test, it would be a little more clear how they want you to do it. So let me show you the other way that I'm talking about. And this is how I actually do this process. So again, we have meals. I have no question that the meals were $18, 2 of them. Then the tax was 6.5%. And then the tip is 20%. So let's do the tax first. So the waitress brings me a bill to the table, and it has the tax already added. So it's 6.5% on the $18. That's going to be the same as what we just found. We found that it was $1.17. We divided that by $1, and that is $1.17. So the tax, no problem. But then this is what I do if it's not already done for me. I add the tax to the bill. So 18 plus $1.17 is $19.17. And this is the amount I do my tip on. So I will say on the amount $19.17, I'm going to tip 20%. So here comes the peanut, and that's $3.83.4. divide that by 100. Have I done something wonky? That doesn't look right. 1917 times 20 divided by 100, I guess it's right, is 3.834. So my tip would be $3.83. And then that would get added to this amount. I bet you this will be the answer in the back because it's even, $23. So if you do pay tax, if you do tip on the tax, it'll be $23. If you tip before the tax is added, it'll be $22.77. And I'm not sure. Until I get to the answer key, I won't know which one it is. I have filled up a page, so I'm going to stop this video, and then we will finish this on the next one.